if it says it's recording on your end, it should be all right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Chill and Chat. It's been a bit of a mission with tech issues today. So we're hoping that Saturn is not on the opposite side to us, but we're going to try and see how we go because we have a really juicy topic. Elise, did you want to introduce the topic? Elise is coming from her car.
Hi, guys. I'm just tuning in today from my children's little athletics from the car. And as Mel said, we did have a bit of trouble trying to get it to. We've been trying for like about an hour now to get it to log on and record. So we apologize yet again. This is like the second or third time this has happened. I feel like a higher source above does not want us to do this, but we are not going to let that stop us. We are determined to try and do it anyway. So if you are tuning in with us, thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for being here to listen in and tune in along with us or come along with us. It only just said recording in progress now.
Ah,
I don't need
we'll
a
just
like intro all over.
we'll just wing it and keep going. And
Just
if the
intro all
intro,
over again.
okay. Welcome to today's Chill and Chat.
All right, let's
I'm
keep
Mel
going.
and I'm here with Elise. And today we have a really juicy topic. And it's really fitting because Saturn has not liked us because tech has been, without swearing, horrible to us today. But that's okay. We're here and we're recording and life is amazing.
Absolutely.
Elise, would you like to introduce the topic and just say a little bit about what we're going to be speaking about?
Yeah. So today we will. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut over you. I think the tech is still being a bit sensitive to us. We're not going to let that stop us. We're gonna march on through. So today I wanted to talk about something that's really been, I think, an important part of my journey. But I know that so many mums go through this. I know that you speak to mums that go through this. I speak to mums that go through this. We even see stuff ourselves and go, oh, how do I feel about that? And that is social media and how that affects us as parents and how it can like either put us into like a comparison, fear, low vibrational state of feeling like disempowered and disconnected from ourselves, or the opposite. We can find pages that align with us and support us and lift us up and empower us and inspire us and educate us, all the things. So with that, I know that Mel and I speak to mums all the time that experience this, where you might see a page that feels like, oh, but I'm not like that person, so if I'm not doing what that person's doing, then maybe I'm not a good mum, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm like whatever those low vibrational states or mindsets. Even trying to log on today with tech, I said to Mel, I can feel an old version of me coming in and going, why is tech doing this? It's always me that it does it to. I know but then in the same time, I'm like rewiring my own brain at that time, going, I know that's not true. I know that it's doing it to Mel too, because we're both trying to get on. But like, why is every time we get on Chill and Chat, like something won't let us go live, it won't record, it won't. Anyway, so I was also getting in that disempowered state and getting frustrated. And I would like to let Mel sort of talk on this too, because I know she's had some conversations around this week specifically, but so of like I've experienced it in my own motherhood journey, where I would compare myself to like the aesthetic pages or the pages that would what?
There's a fly
Why are you
still.
doing that? That bug! I swear, no one recording knows what happened before because it hadn't worked then. But I was like, because I'm in my car from my kids' like athletics, the this big bug flew in my car, and next minute on the camera a big bug flew past Mel, but it's gone out of, I don't know where, it's not in my car anymore. It's flown all the way to Bathurst and into Mel's office.
Through the phone to me. It like transferred through the phone. It's like
how weird. How
it's like
well
Saturn
having these
allowed,
tech problems.
yeah, Saturn allowed the text to come through, and then a flight just went from you to me. So, are you finished your spiel,
Yes.
Elise? Can I speak now?
Yeah, that's nice. I want to hear what you have to say around that, because we talk about things about what we see online all the time. Like, that's literally, we will talk about different things all the time. So I want to know your take on that, your thoughts on it, and like maybe without obviously saying like an individual, but like different circumstances where you've maybe had conversations with people and maybe what's affected them online, and how we could maybe support them to feel more empowered, standing in their own sort of power and intuition and knowing what is best for them. So could you please touch on that?
Firstly, I want everyone listening to know that if you are feeling like you're not enough, you're too much, you're one of the biggest things that I hear from other mums, and I can tell that they're consuming too much and comparing, even if they're not aware of that, is when they say, here it is back again, is when they say, I just don't have time like these other mums I see online to do X, Y, Z, whatever it may be. And I'm like, dude, like I share a lot online, and it's literally like 2% of my life that I share online. I don't tell you when I have my own meltdown, generally speaking. I don't tell you when I have a fight with my husband or an argument with my husband. I don't tell you when I want to throw my phone at the wall because nothing is working with what I'm doing. I don't tell you when the fly literally is annoying my forehead and I want to cut my forehead off with these scissors. I don't know why I have scissors in my hand. But the thing is,
please don't please put the scissors down. That's unhinged.
I'm so unhinged. The thing is, though, social media was made to connect us, but in fact, it has become like a drug. We have to utilize and think of it like a drug. So, if we are triggered by something on social media, let's have the same outlook on it like alcohol, for example. Alcohol is triggering AF for me because so many people have gotten hurt because they drink too much alcohol. That's like the bottom line of it, right? Without like going into detail of that story, which I think I've touched on before in another chill and chat. But I was actually listening to a Stephen Bartlett podcast this morning, and he was with somebody, and it wasn't Stephen that said this, it was the other guy. And apologies, I don't even know who the other guy was, but he said, we literally turn our own children into addicts. And I was like, wait, what? What? And what he was saying was, when you're at the dinner table and you have a 3 or 4-year-old and you're like, I just need 2 minutes peace, have my phone and shush, you're turning them into an addict. You can't be present with them, so you're literally giving them a thing to be an addict. Rather than sitting with the emotion that they have and dealing with the thing, you're literally redirecting it. And this actually goes into the conversation that I had with my psychologist yesterday. I was talking about when something happens to me, like a conversation or an argument or whatever, and like I had a specific example to go through with her. She was saying to me that when like after it happens, rather than like holding on to it, literally treat yourself like you would your child when they're going through something. And you'll love this, what my psychologist said. I haven't actually told you this, Elise, but you'll love what she said. She was like, it made me think of you and your program like straight away. So she literally said, she was like, acknowledge it, for you, not for the other person. Don't worry about the other person. They're bullshit anyway. I was like, fair. In the
Mm-hmm.
situation that I told her, you would understand, Elise. I feel like I've told you about this situation too. Acknowledge
Mm-hmm.
it, okay, for yourself, and say that you would never treat someone like that. And that's why you're so frustrated, upset, sad about it. Second thing,
Mm-hmm.
redirect your brain to something else. So, like, if you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling with the thing and your brain goes back there, I want you to go and talk about a different thing rather than, or think about a different thing rather than sit with that thing. Does that make sense? Like, literally redirect your brain. So, why I'm saying this now is when we see something that's triggering, comparing, frustrating, upsetting, whatever the thing is on our phone, we need to get off our phone. Now, that is harder than it seems. It is the same as putting down it's the same as putting down the bottle of alcohol, right? Like let's just say it's the same. Yes, I did see that message, Elise. No need to remind me. Um, um, so if we look at it like that and like a drug, what then happens is we can then say, rightio, I've spent 3 hours on my phone today. I literally need to get off it and be present in my real life, because my real life for myself, for my
Yep.
children, for my partner, for the sunshine, for the moon, for whatever
Yep.
is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, like I've actually been off tech a lot less today. Like I've been here all day at this athletics carnival. I've been in the sunshine all day, and I actually haven't done any of my content or followed up with any of my business stuff today because I've been present out here. Yet, what I want to talk about is like how sometimes, like Mel said, because that fly is on you. I saw it from here. I'm like, what?
Love that you had a
Um,
shoe.
sorry, I'm like such a like hippie. I've got like no shoes on. I'm like free in the car.
Don't be
No
sorry.
one can be affected by my feet in
This
the car.
this may be
It's
this
so
may be
cozy
a
and comfy
podcast that you like, that you want to watch, not just listen to. I swear, when I get this flyer, you're gonna all
because
see
you can
it's
see our animations and things going on. Yeah. So what I want to say, as Mel said, tech can become like a drug, almost like an addiction, because of the dopamine that we receive from doom scrolling. But also, if we already are living in lack, disempowerment, disconnection from self, which was an old version of me. So when I'm talking about this topic, I'm not trying to like shame anyone further or put them further down into a lack spiral. I'm saying it from the place of like, I've been there, so I understand it. I used to
same,
before think
same.
if I could just be like that, I would be a good mum. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
social
same.
media can do that to us. Like the person that said to you, if I don't have time for that. Like those influencers online. As Mel said, you don't know what goes on behind someone's life when you only see it a 2 second snippet or a 3 second snippet or a whatever. Um, so we have this really strange, I believe they call it like a parasocial relationship with people that we see and consume online. It's almost like when we grew up without online but only TV, and like the royal family and the Hollywood stars were like the be all and end all, and it's almost like you think you know that person because you've seen them through a screen, but you don't know that person unless you have actual conversations with that person and you've gotten to know a bit of their life. Like Mel and we didn't know each other online, and then we started to know each other, and now we're friends. But prior to that, she was just a person I connected with online prior to me getting to know Mel. I did not know her background, her husband, her children, where the kids go to school, what their favorite hobbies are. Didn't know any of those things until I connected with Mel. So we have this really weird parasocial relationship between people online. Like, it can be the tiniest thing, thinking that that aesthetic, if that mum dresses a different way, or that parent homeschools and this one doesn't, or like there's all these like, and because
I think
social media has opened up the floodgates to like opinion pieces, like everyone telling you what's wrong or right with parenting,
yeah, yeah.
it
Can
can
I
be
just
so overwhelming.
Yeah, can I just
So,
pause you on homeschooling? That's like the perfect example of like the grass is greener on the
yep,
other side where people homeschool. It's like community connection, beautiful, like outdoor classes, play, and like what we
yep,
all long for ourselves and for our children. But then
yep,
when a lot of people in certain areas homeschool, it's like isolating.
yep,
It brings back COVID trauma. It brings on like
yep,
where their children literally don't learn or do anything because they have rejection sensitivities and what's that thing you always talk about with the kids?
PDA,
Yeah, PDA, where they
PDA,
refuse to do anything. Yeah, where they refuse to do anything that you
doing
ask them to
avoidance.
do. Yeah. So I think that
Yep,
homeschooling is the perfect example because unless you have the community to back you, it is not going to work like the
mm,
homeschooling communities portray on social media. I'm sorry, you will be in a COVID
yep,
rampage where your anger shows up, your frustration shows up, and your children and you miss out on what you actually need from the
you're
schooling
just,
experience.
yeah, really isolated in that situation. And I'm not knocking homeschooling or unschooling. I think it can be fantastic in many situations.
Me too.
But unless you
I'm
have
fully, yeah.
yeah, I'm not against it. I'm actually for it if it aligns with that family. But just keeping in mind that, like, unless you have friends online or friends in real life that are doing that same lifestyle as you, then you may lack that connection and community, is what I feel Mel's trying to say, and that support. And then you become isolated like we did in COVID. And then that's when frustration and dysregulation occurs. Um, like myself, for the longest time, I didn't want to make mum friends at school. I actually self isolated because I assumed everyone was judging me and my children. That was all in my own mind. The very mums that I was assuming wouldn't want to befriend me, they wouldn't want to be friendly with me and my kids, are actually the exact mums I speak to every afternoon at school pickup. But I
Yeah, I think,
assumed in my own head that they were
yeah,
judging me, or but they, I mean, maybe they were, maybe they weren't, none of my business. But like, they're the same mums that I've just hung out at the little athletics day with, you know?
yeah,
So,
I think it's,
they're the,
I think, I think that
they're now the mums
judgment,
texting me saying, "Where did you go? Your son's looking for you." Like,
yeah, yeah,
I had that in my head, but now they've got my child's back. They're supporting him. He feels safe to go up to her and say, "Hey, where did my mum go? I only came to my car to get my drink bottle and go to the toilet." Um, oh no, Joe did my.
such a bougie drink bottle, by the way. So we're gonna have to wrap up because
Thank you,
it took us so
honey.
long to get
Yeah.
tech. I really wanted to just spend a minute or 50 seconds each, Elise, on where can people find you
Yep.
and what program are you currently bringing people into right now? Because this is an amazing part of what we do.
Yeah, and I think this is the really important part, is finding pages. So we spoke about the disempowering parts of online. Find pages. If myself or Mel trigger you, unfollow us too. I don't care.
With love,
But I
with
care,
love.
like, I do care. But like, I care about you. Like, if I, for whatever reason, I trigger you, that's fine. Do what suits you, like aligns with you, what is better for your mental peace. I'm not like. I'm not attached to you following me for likes and follows. I'm attached to supporting people's mental well-being and health and emotions. So if even if it's me or Mel or another influencer or another person, unfollow them too is what I just wanted to say.
Yeah,
Or you
audit.
can like actually
Yeah,
like mute page.
yeah, audit your
Yeah,
social
just
media
do an
so it
audit
feels
and
good.
mute pages.
Yeah, yeah. So where can people find you,
Yeah,
Elise?
and I see stuff I don't like online and I just go, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Do I comment? No, don't get triggered, swipe on. Like you have to tell yourself that. So that was just something I really wanted to say. And then to answer Mel's question, I am currently onboarding mums into the Calm Mother Code. There's two versions of that. There's the 6 month container where you get long term ongoing support, and I have a 30-day container that could just because sometimes people are not quite ready for the long term support or that's not what they need right now, and that's perfect.